Hi, welcome to Barnhart Security and Alarm. Barnhart Security is an in-demand company that receives hundreds of phone calls every week. In fact, I'm surprised the phone's not ringing this very moment. Barnhart Security and Alarm, may I help you? Yes, I'm sure we can take care of that. Let me get some information from you, please.
Hi, I'm Mike Manley. I'm in charge of field operations here at Barnhart Security and Alarm. We've been taking care of folks' security needs here in the Kansas City area for decades, and we'd sure like to take care of all of your security, property protection, and life safety needs now and in the future.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Barnhart, President of Barnhart Security and Alarm Services, and you can find us on the web at www.securekc.com, www.barnhartinternational.com, our consulting firm at www.ibec.be, and our online university at internationaluniversity.edu. Barnhart Security is a little different than your average security company. Barnhart offers the widest range of security products and services available in the Midwest. Our wide range of products and services include everything from personal protection devices, tear gas, stun guns, all the way up to complicated security systems for business and industry. We stay involved in current market trends, technology. We have to be. We have an online university at www.internationaluniversity.edu, and we actually teach and have students from over 30 different countries in the world that go through our programs for education, business, management, and not just security. You can call Barnhart Security for all of your security needs. Why would you go somewhere else? The problem is that today's systems, many of them are just screwed onto the wall with the simple 4 screws. That also means that they can come back off the wall very easily. The systems can be easily navigated. In fact, there's a book out that says how to circumvent any alarm system in 10 seconds or less. In Barnhart Security, we can show you the results. We can show you the proper measures. We can come out and examine your house and give you a security quote for a real security system.
Many people are told, and most people think, that your door and your locking system are your first line of defense. Well, just how secure is a door? It's only secure as its lock. What about the guy that bought a cheap set of lock picks and a instruction book off the internet, learns how to use it? Well, today's grade and standard of locks are being put on many new homes, and a lot of your smaller businesses are not very secure. In fact, even the most amateur type lock pickers could probably get past one. This right here is a fairly good commercial lock. It's got a high-low pin tumbler configuration. It has about 6 pins in it, which should be very difficult, correct? Let's give it a try and see. Let's go to the other side. You'll notice the door is actually locked. It's in the lock position. This cannot be moved, okay? I come on the other side, you'll notice that the keyway is in a vertical position. I will insert my tension wrench. I will take the lock pick. I will feel in there. And voila, the lock is totally gone. It's locked, the door is unlocked, which will allow me entry into this building should I need to gain entry. Here we are again. We have a trailer here. We have what is known as a typical warded type keyed padlock. Looks pretty strong to me. Let's see how long it takes to get into this. Pretty secure. Ever lock your keys in your car? What about your favorite pet? Probably called a locksmith, didn't you? Well, sure, they can get them out. It takes a while. But the bad guys know how to get in these vehicles as well, and probably a lot faster than a lot of the locksmiths. Well, let's see here. Yeah, the door's locked. Somebody's tried to get in here with an old-fashioned device. Let's check the locks out and see how secure they are. Come on, baby.
In today's world, is merely locking your doors and windows enough? Let's take a look.
Think your telephone line's safe? Well, it probably is unless somebody has one of these. Basically, this can be clipped onto your phone line, and one can be used to determine a good phone line, and two, it can be actually used to listen in on your phone calls. This can also be used to detect your alarm system and what telephone line it's on. Once you find the telephone line that your line is on, all it takes is a couple little snips with some kind of cutters like this. Phone line's cut. The alarm system is 100% disabled. Your line will not reach the central station, and no matter what anybody's told you, they're either lying or you're misinformed, because your alarm will not work.
Well, Barnhart Security has been in business for 30 years. We've seen a lot of technologies come and go, and many of them are still around. Some of the newer technologies would be that of a bundled service or a IP, or what they say is a internet protocol. And many of the services, your alarm system, camera systems, audio, video, theater, home automation, can all be tied together and controlled right through your computer, either on location, from within a location, or from a location outside of that location. In other words, you could be anywhere in the world. Look back at your audio, video, actually go to date and document the time when different events occurred. You can play it back in crystal clear clarity. You can remotely save it. You can retrieve it, archive it, or pretty much manage it any way you want to. Some of the other new innovations would be an IP camera. An IP camera basically will plug into your network and act as a server similar to that of your computer being online. You simply hook up, plug in your network cord, plug your network cord into your computer or your router, run your security program that came with the manufacturer's camera or an OEM program, and basically you instantly have video either through your network by direct cable, Cat5, or by a wireless mode. This camera is also unique in the fact that you can plug it into your TV set and or your computer and get an excellent picture both ways. These come in all styles, shapes, and sizes. They have versions that are a little more sleek, a little more streamlined. They have versions that have indicators as to tell you your speed and your connection status, power status, as well as network cameras that have infrared light emitting diodes that we can see the pictures at night without the aid of any type of light whatsoever, because infrared light, as you may know, is also a source of light. And the camera really doesn't care whether it's white light or infrared light, it sees it just the same. Cameras come pretty small these days. This here actually is not as near as small as they get, but if you take the end of that, it's about maybe 1/32 of an inch across the entire lens. That is all that needs to be used or seen to actually, for this device, take a picture. It can take it in color, it can take it wireless, it can take it with a 9-volt battery, and it can transmit it to a nice little tiny crystal clear color TV screen. Very nice, very neat, very innovative. And you can also hear on it too. So some of the other innovations come out, IP modules. IP modules basically are being built into many different things, even the alarm systems technology for your home or business. Simply insert a card, run the program, set it up over the internet, route your firewalls, set them up. You've actually monitored your alarm system now, your central station, through the internet. It takes about a half a second for your signal to reach the central station, whereas in typically 30 years ago when we started, it might take 2 minutes. Now basically we can do the whole thing in just a couple seconds. Speaking of monitoring, we can also take a cellular phone, a cellular telephone module, similar to what I have here that I have two-way voice communication on, can be utilized, can be put into a alarm system cabinet, and your alarm system will send out and transmit signals via the airways, via cellular technology. Very interesting, hard to get past, hard to defeat. Hidden cameras are big these days, and chances are this very week, if you've been out shopping or been to a location, you have probably came across a hidden camera of some sort. Many times you look at the camera and could it be a smoke detector? Could it actually be a working smoke detector? Could it actually be a camera with a microphone that goes above your cash register, looking at every move you make? looking at every keystroke? Gets one wondering, doesn't it? Cameras can actually be put in any type of housing. They can be put in calculators, they can be hidden in computers, they can be hid in a box, in a book, in a shelf, in a belt buckle, in a button, in a ball hat, and I haven't heard once in a fake eyeball, because I've yet to see that one. Other technologies available are infrared lighting for night use. This is one, actually, I noticed the show Ghost Hunters the other night, and they had one identically positioned just like this on their show, looking for ghosts. While Barnhart Security is primarily a security and electronic and high-tech company, we have been asked by Ghostbusters to actually go in and set up a laboratory, and we actually did catch some phenomenon that happened, and we actually had a light switch that turned itself on and turned the light on in the room without anyone being around. Scary stuff. Other things we still have the old typical outdoor cameras. Outdoor cameras, housings, got a heater, got a blower, got a thermostat built into it. Go up on the side of the building. A variety of lenses can be utilized for this type of camera to basically see in the daytime by color, night by black and white. Infrared is very difficult because infrared really cannot look through a glass. With this camera right here, you can see a mile away or you can see 2 inches in front of it. Still a big use for these, still a premium camera, still has some of the features involved with it that you don't really get in some of the smaller cameras. Outdoor cameras actually can be quite small these days, self-contained, infrared lighting behind the light, but the lens is shielded from the infrared light. This takes a little 12-volt connection and a BNC connector. Or if you don't want to run a coax wire, we now have little connectors that you can use that will actually convert coax cable into a telephone line and convert usable video at the recording device. So if you got an extra phone line in your house, you got an extra pair of wires on it, yeah, you could put a camera right on that. Other things these days is cameras can be hidden in an outside access control, where it can take a picture from within through a tiny hole and actually take a picture of everybody that enters a keystroke into this access system. Access systems also allow or restrict to gain entry into a building or premise. They also have pan, tilt, and zooms. What I mean by pan, tilt, and zooms can be a camera that can be indoors or outdoors. Actually contains a servo mechanical mechanism inside which will allow the camera to turn, to actually look out far, come back, and do that at a pre-programmed rate. Up to many different shots per second can actually be obtained through them. Basically, one thing you want to remember is chances are you've been in a store in the last week that's had either a covert or overt type camera system. That would be actually one out in the open or one that is hidden. And you've probably smiled for the camera many times and haven't even known it. Next time you're at a store, check the mirror out, check the cash register out, check the smoke detector out, check the exit sign out, take the keyhole entry out, check the power plug out. Don't be paranoid, but trust, then verify. Much of the Barnhart products and services include laboratory work, where we custom make, install, and in some cases manufacture some of our equipment right in our own laboratory. Here we have a digital system that's actually being made for a church to actually record digital audio and video so that it may be recorded, archived, and later retrieved and published on the internet. This particular system here records a 480 frames per second, record lifelike playback and recording, and can be archived onto any kind of mass media for future retrieval. A lot of the Barnhart services involve higher level agencies such as the U.S. Attorney's Office, police departments, fire departments, government type work, which is actually classified in some instances, but most of our work here is local. It's computer technology, assembling, testing, and actually getting it ready for market. Hello again. Another one of Barnhart Security's premier services is TSCM, or known as Technical Surveillance Countermeasures. TSCM is simply the detection and extermination of bugs, wiretaps, eavesdropping devices, compromises in security, and so forth.